podcast. I am your host, Delilah, and today I want to share with you my September roundup and to share my plans for my fall knitting projects. There's only two. I wanted to share with you what I've done in September, exciting news of things coming up, and what I plan to do for the fall. So I'll start with my fall plans. I knitted a pair of socks as a test knitting project, and while I did the best I could with the sock, it was my first time test knitting and I really wanted to grow in my sock knitting, so I will be working on a sock this fall. I am using Malabrigo sock yarn. It is squishy and pink. You may have seen this in a previous video where I was going to use this particular yarn to do the test knitting sock. I didn't get to go around using these. I did use a different yarn, but I would like to knit myself a pair of socks in this particular yarn. It is Malabrigo. I will share the details below. And my second project is going to be with the Berroco Vintage yarn. You may have also seen this in a previous video, but this one was going to be my Daydreamer cardigan from Kotova Kika. But for some reason, I kind of just lost my mojo in knitting that cardigan. I know I've made a few mistakes and I wasn't able to get past it, and I kind of just frogged it, and I do want to knit that cardigan again. But this fall I am going to use this Berroco Vintage yarn in the color Oatmeal for the Franken sweater by Taylor Earl. Her podcast is Wool Needles Hands. I will post it here as well, but I love the construction of the Franken sweater. I love the look, the style. I purchased her pattern. The pattern is so detailed. I absolutely love it, and I'm just looking forward to knitting that. So my two projects for this fall is a pair of socks using the Malabrigo sock yarn, and I'm going to be knitting the Franken sweater with my sweater quantity that I had purchased from the Berroco Vintage line, and it is the color Oatmeal. Again, I'll share the information below. But these two, I didn't even mention. I'm wearing the Cinema sweater from Kotova Kika. I knitted it late last year, finished it in January, and absolutely love it. I love pink, so these are the two projects I'm going to be working on this summer. The reason why I'm only picking two is because in the past I have found myself to be overwhelmed with all of the projects I have. I even seen a number of videos, and I will share some below, about the rules of how many projects you can have on your needles. Some people have biased opinions, but for me, right now in this moment, how busy my life is and the routine and structure I'd like to build in my home, in this particular season, I think two projects would be more than enough. And of course, if I finish those, I am thinking about knitting a shawl for the first time. My office tends to get pretty cold, so I'll work on getting that done if I finish these two projects. Now, I have some exciting news. My church puts on a fall festival every year, and I'm going to be a vendor at it. I am so excited. So my goal is to knit 50 beanies by October 25th, and I believe I can get there. So in September, I really just been knitting. Some of these I would like to put into a pattern form and really a design to have my tech editor review. But right now, really, I am just pumping out these beanies just so that I can have enough. And when I say pump, I want to backtrack and say quality. I do want to make sure that all of my knits are quality made, even though I need to make so many in a short amount of time. I know I can do it, but I'm really just focusing on getting these beanies into its whole form to be ready for the fall festival coming up. I wanted to share a few of those with you. Some of these, again, are going to be designs in the near future, but right now I wanted to share what I have. I don't have the names in front of me. I will share with you shortly, but this one I completed last night. It is a cap beanie. It is self-striping, and look how beautiful. This one is. I finished this one a couple days ago, my first color works. I've never done color work before, but this is my first color work cap. I do use 2 different yarns here. Both of them are acrylic yarns, but I really enjoyed doing this cap right here. Don't even have a name for it, but I did do a 1x1 ribbing at the very bottom here in the dark gray. And then in the tweeded yarn, I did the stockinette stitch with the invisible decreases. This is one of my favorites. It is a 2x2 rib. I absolutely love the texture. I cannot wait to knit another one of these. This is an acrylic yarn that was gifted to me by a friend. It is 2x2 ribbing with a, before the stitch marker, it is a knit 2 together, and then after the stitch marker is a SSK, which typically you would have it reversed for left and right leaning decreases. But this was particularly interesting decrease, and I really enjoy, look how chunky it is. It is absolutely stunning. Okay, now I also designed 2 bun beanies. Right now the name is pending, but it's a mother and daughter duo, if you'll see here. Mother and daughter duo. This is a Malabrigo Rios, and I've shared this before in my superwash, non-superwash wool. What is the difference? This is the yarn that I used as an example of superwash wool, but they have baubles up on the top. And really what this particular beanie is called a bun beanie because it doesn't have the crown. It will, as you slip it on, you would have the bun come right through it. Let me see if I can put this tee down and not drop it so I can show you quickly what this looks like. This is the bun beanie, and I absolutely love it. I am beginning to develop a bent towards superwash wool, but I know it has its ways of stretching and not really being too squishy, and it's washable, all of those things. I'm afraid to be a little bit too stretchy, but I've already blocked this and it's absolutely beautiful. It is so lightweight. But this is one of my most recent designs. I call it the bun beanie because the bun comes out of the beanie. That's the mom version, and this is the little girl version. So they have mom and me type of style here with these beanies. The next one I have, I called it Ocean Sapphire. It's a cap beanie with pom-pom. This is so much fun to make. It does have a knitted decrease that you would see right down the middle of the beanie. Absolutely stunning. The next one I have is the Always Willing beanie. The pattern has been published. Such an exciting knit. This is the tweeded impeccable yarn that you've seen a little bit before with the other beanie that I had. But this can be a slouchy beanie or a fitted beanie. I love the pattern so much. I ended up knitting it again in the Lion brand Wool Ease, and it's such a beautiful texture. This is the first time using Lion brand Woolies. I will share the information below, but this is such beautiful construction. The texture is beautiful. It's also very lightweight, and this one's also in my Always Willing pattern. Another one I made, it's called Collided Hope. I will share a closer picture of this, but there is a bit of a, it's a heathering purple. I forget the name of the yarn, but I will get that to you. Actually, it is Berroco yarn, and it has a wool acrylic blend, and it's a 1x1 ribbing, and it is a cap style with a SSK and knit 2 together. This is another design that I made that eventually I'll have into a pattern. Absolutely love the 2x2 ribbing, hence why I knitted an entire beanie in 2x2 ribbing. Absolutely love this color. The texture is beautiful, absolutely stunning. The next one that I knitted, oh my gosh, in September I knitted so much. My hands hurt a little bit, but I think I'll be okay. This one is a 2x2 ribbing, again with the invisible decrease. It is a cap. It is knitting for Olive, the color powder, with the M1 Kid Silk Mohair held with the knitting for Olive powder. It is such beautiful. It actually has the same mohair that I used with my Lanes du Nord fingering held double with the mohair on the cinema sweater. Absolutely beautiful texture, super fuzzy. I hope you can see it there. Super lightweight, easy to put on. It's just an amazing beanie that I'm so excited to have at the fall festival. A few other ones that I've knitted and designed in the past. This one is the Dancing Danisa beanie. The pattern that I have is the slouchy. This is my first sample. It's an actual cap, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like there. Love it, absolutely amazing, soft in texture. It is a double moss stitch, absolutely amazing. Here is a sample of my Dancing Danisa beanie, and 100% acrylic in this beautiful blue color that my friend knitted for me. It's absolutely stunning. I will also be selling some children's beanies. Here is one that you can hold up with the brim. I'll do the same for this one. And these are the two children's beanies that I have, pom-poms. They are constructed a little bit different. This one is a center double decrease, I believe, and then this one is probably an SSK, knit two together. But these are two children's beanies. I've knitted this a couple years ago. I still have it. Actually made it for my daughter, but she doesn't wear it. And then here is a double brimmed beanie that I have as well, and it's Berroco yarn. I believe it's Berroco, but yes, Berroco yarn, and it is a knit two together and an SSK. Absolutely a stunning yarn. And then I have these other ones here. I was trying to pump through an entire ball of yarn, so I made a bunch of samples of the same one. Some of these are children's, and then one of these, actually this one right here, is my Isis beanie that I have knitted as well, and I have a knitting pattern for it. So my goal is 50 beanies. Let me see how many I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, oh, it's gonna fall, 20, 21, and then I am also working on a second one with this self-striping yarn here. So I've got 21 beanies. My goal is 50 in 4 weeks, so I have to knit 29 more beanies. I think I can do it, especially if I do a little bit more of these chunkier size 6 yarn. I think I'll be able to pump out a couple more. But really my priority isn't necessarily, even if I don't meet the goal of 50 beanies, my priority really is to make sure I knit quality knits. I don't like cutting corners with these. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys, those who purchase a beanie from me, the best that I have. So I'm very careful with my time, very protective of my time of knitting, just so that I can give the best. So I hope you enjoyed this session of my September roundup, all the things that I've knitted in September for our church's fall festival on October 25th. I can't wait to give you an update. Maybe the next video you'll see me at the vendor table with all of my things and my plans for the fall. If you enjoy this content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. This truly would help our channel to continue. My heart's desire really is to share my knitting passion with you, and this creative corner of knitting that has found its place in my heart. If you want to see what I'm doing daily, I do post more frequently on Instagram and on Facebook. I have the handle of @KnitNextToYou, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I am here for you, to knit next to you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed what I had. And if you have any further content suggestions, feel free to let me know too. Thank you again for joining me here at the Knit Next to You podcast. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.